everyone, I'm Candice from Navigator Whisky, and this afternoon's dram is Waterford's Cooladine single farm expression. It is South Africa's very own exclusive release. No one else in the globe is getting this, so as a South African, this is very exciting. Waterford has various single farm origin expressions that go to different markets, and in South Africa we are lucky enough to have two. Cooladine was the first one that was released, and this afternoon we're going to taste into the expression itself. As you guys know, with Waterford, the terroir code on the back of the bottle gives us all a little bit of fun. Popping that into the Waterford website, and you can get all the really, really awesome facts about the actual farm from Cooladine and the tasting notes, etc. But today we're going to get into the actual whiskey itself. As always, it's 50%. And all the barley comes from the Cooladine farm, and it is version 1.1. So lovely golden color, beautiful hue, as always, 100% natural color. If you're a Waterford fan and you've maybe tasted the Waterford organic, what we find on the Cooladine nose is that it's a little bit deeper in terms of flavor profile, moving maybe a little bit more from that vanilla that we might have picked up in the organic to something a little bit deeper, moving on to toffee, maybe like a little bit of creme brulee, a little bit of a kind of red apple profile coming out on the nose. And now also just to reflect on what does a single farm origin actually mean. You know, a lot of us drink whiskey, but we're not always 100% sure on all the background processes, but it really is spectacular that Waterford have worked with the Cooladine farm, who planted barley specifically for Waterford, knowing that it was going to be distilled for this particular production. Once it's harvested, it gets transported separately to the warehouse where it gets stored separately. It doesn't just get mixed in with any other barley. And of course, that is kind of pushing up production time. It's pushing up costs. However, it's making sure that there's 100% transparency throughout the whiskey making process. That barley is then transported to the distillery where it gets distilled independently of any other barley, creating a spirit that will then be known as Cooladine. So beautiful nose, as mentioned, a little bit deeper than the organic, if you're familiar with that. Now let's take a little sip, see what we get on the palate. Slange. That's lovely. It's a lovely level of spiciness. A little bit of that mouth-coating oiliness coming through. Kind of a tiny hint of sherry. I would say almost sherry trifle. You get those nice citrus notes. Really long lingering finish. And that kind of toffee creme caramel flavor coming through really nicely. Again, the wood makeup, 4 different varietals of wood. This one's slightly high first fill bourbon barrel component compared to the other 3. Still getting all those flavors coming through, really, really beautiful. So, South Africa, enjoy your Cooladine. It is an absolute beauty if you haven't bought yourself a bottle already. I highly recommend it. Cheers, thanks for joining.